Thank you very much for watching the Logic Slot channel. I'm Nasir Khan, and in this video I'm going to be doing a full movie review of the Pakistani movie Actor-in-Law. Alright, so this review is going to be in two sections. The latter half is going to be the spoiler section. I will give you a warning and cut through to the second half so that if you haven't watched the film, then you don't watch the second half. So Actor-in-Law is my favorite Pakistani film. Alright, it is my favorite Pakistani film because it has everything that you would want in a Pakistani film. It has high production value, great music, great acting, very good looking picture, a lot of depth in every scene. It's very fast paced. This particular film is a high concept film. I have not seen high concept Pakistani films that much. This one, the pitch is basically that there is an actor who becomes a fake lawyer, and that pitch by itself is interesting enough that even my kids, for example, they got interested in how does this movie pan out, and how does he actually manage to do that, and how does the story unwind for him. How he becomes a lawyer from an actor is a extremely well done scene. It's such an absurd thing if you think about it, but the way they have shown it, it just looks completely believable. And that's great commercial cinema for you, right? That you do something that is a lot larger than life, right? So it's something that you would not expect to happen in real life, but you show it in a way that to the viewer it's very believable. There's no item song in this film. In fact, the title song, Actor-in-Law, they were joking about the fact that that's a all-male item song. But this one does not have an item song. The film made 24 crore rupees in Pakistan, which makes it the second highest grossing film in Pakistan of all time. And usually we are commenting about how Nabil Qureshi, for example, should not be putting item songs in his films. He has actually done it in Actor-in-Law, and he has shown that he can make money without having item songs in the film as well. We would just like him to continue with this rather than adding item songs to his films. Puri is actually very good in the film. He's very believable in that character as a Pakistani. He has done Pakistani in what is it? East, I think. So he had experience playing Pakistani characters. Salim Miraj, Nayyar Ijaz, they're always there in Nabil Qureshi's films. And they have great cameo roles. Salim Miraj maybe a little bit more than a cameo role in this one. But he is great. He's very believable. Sometimes looks unbelievable the way he acts, but he always lifts the picture up to a different standard just by his supporting roles. The product placement in the film is done very well. It's never disruptive. You never start noticing just the product. It's all there, by the way. Subliminally, it keeps hitting you. But it's a great example of how to do product placement. I think all the other budding filmmakers, if they want to see how to do it, they should watch Actor-in-Law. It's a very colorful film. It looks great in the theater. It sounds very, very good in the theater as well. I think the sound design is done by an Indian company, but the sound design is just great in this film. Great. Ali Khan's news break scene is very, very good, very well done with the revolving camera. He himself is a great actor. He also talks in real life like he's royalty, so that kind of role fits in very well with him. It's a very funny film throughout, but some of them particularly were laugh out loud. The scene where there are politicians talking to their followers, and the scenes where, or the name of Ali Khan's program. I just couldn't stop laughing when I was watching that. Mehwish Hayat has done a very good Parsi accent. I did not really notice it that much when I was watching the film, but I noticed it a lot when I watched it the second time. And also, once you watch Punjab Nahi Jaungi and then you watch Actor-in-Law, then you can compare and see how good a job she's done with the Parsi accent in this one. Khalid Anam has a cameo role and was probably the only over-the-top kind of performance that you saw in the film, but it doesn't really matter. He is supposed to be over-the-top. Overall, you have enough interest in the film that Khalid Anam doesn't put you off, but it was good to see him after a long, long time. I think last saw him like 20 years ago in some music video. Nabil Qureshi, has so much detail in every frame that a storyline like this, which could have very easily classified this as a telefilm as well. It doesn't look like telefilm. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't sound like it. So it's all very theatrical, experience oriented. The film also had some great shots of Karachi. Well, I'm from Lahore myself, but I've lived in Karachi for a couple of years, and the way Karachi was shown in this film, it looked very pretty. Some of the southern areas were shown in a way that it looked like it was old Lucknow. And that was all pleasant experience for me to look at Karachi in a beautiful manner. So my verdict on the film is 4 out of 5. You have to watch the spoiler section in order to find out why one point is docked. But without spoiling it for you, I can't tell you that. So if you haven't watched the film, this is where you need to stop. If you have watched it, then keep watching, and we will continue the review. The reason I gave it 4 out of 5 and not 5 out of 5 was because of the ending. The ending falls flat. The build-up is great. I think it sets it up for some great performance by Puri. But Puri doesn't have much of a role. You could have actually used any other actor, and it would have been the same thing as using Puri. It was his last film, or maybe his second last film. So it is something that will be remembered along with his other works. The climax was the low point of the film, so it actually went very high, and then it ended without a bang. So that's why I would not give it 5 out of 5. Otherwise, it had everything else going for it. One thing I really liked about the film was that it showed you what commercial cinema is, right? So commercial cinema is not just entertainment. It can bring a lot of issues to the limelight, but it does so in an entertaining fashion, and two, the audience is basically there and they're very receptive to ideas at that point in time because they've basically come there for entertainment. This film talks about child labor. This film talks about staring at women, electric surges causing damage to household electric items. It talks about graffiti on the walls. What I thought was very interesting, if you look at Actor-in-Law, like millions of people watched it because it made so much money in the theater. On YouTube, you've had about 10 million hits of that film. So 10 million people, you've told them that there is a law in Pakistan against harassing women just by looking at them. Right? Now try telling that law to 10 million people in the context of a talk show. Right? People would not pay attention. Right? But in a film, because they are there, their minds are already open to whatever you're showing them, essentially because they've come there for entertainment. If you actually educate them about social issues, they are very receptive to it, and they keep it in their minds forever, right? So he could have made a film about this particular law as well, and nobody would have watched that film. All right, so that was my review for Actor-in-Law. If you like this video, click the like button. If you would like to be notified of more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I have not given a ranking higher than 4 to any Pakistani film, so this is one of my highest rankings. And overall, I think that from Pakistani films, this is my favorite film as well. So thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care and have a nice day.